Alright folks, gather round, we're about to dive into a topic that affects every single one of us. Let's talk about something you probably think about every day: money. It's that thing we all need, yet never seem to have enough of. More specifically, who controls it in America? You might think it's straightforward, but it's a bit more complex than it seems. You might be thinking, easy John, it's the president. After all, he's the leader of the free world, right? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's not that simple. The reality is more like a roller coaster ride with unexpected twists and turns. It's actually an organization so powerful, so influential, it makes even the most seasoned politicians sweat. We're talking about a group that operates behind the scenes, yet its decisions ripple through every aspect of our lives. Say hello to the Federal Reserve, often referred to as the Fed. This isn't just any institution, it's the backbone of the American financial system. This institution is like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain of the American economy, pulling levers and pushing buttons that affect everything from your mortgage rates to the price of your morning coffee. Imagine having that kind of power. But unlike the wizard, the Fed isn't some mystical being. It's a real place, with real people, making real decisions that impact your life every single day. These are experts in economics, finance, and policy, working tirelessly to keep the economy stable. It's a real place with real people, making real decisions that impact your life every single day. They analyze data, forecast trends, and set policies that influence everything from employment rates to inflation. So how did this all-powerful entity come to be? The story of the Fed is a fascinating one, rooted in the early 20th century. Well, it all started back in 1913 after a financial panic, like a really bad hangover, swept through the nation. The economy was in turmoil and people were desperate for a solution. Congress decided we needed something to prevent these financial freakouts, something to be the steady hand on America's economic steering wheel. They debated, deliberated, and finally came up with a plan. And thus, the Federal Reserve was born. It was designed to be an independent entity, free from political pressures, to ensure the stability of the financial system. Now, before you doze off thinking this is another boring economics lecture, let me stop you right there. The Fed's story is anything but dull. Understanding the Fed is crucial to understanding how our economy works, and how it directly affects you, dear citizen. From the interest rates on your loans to the value of your savings, the Fed's decisions touch every part of your financial life. So stay with me, and I promise, things are about to get interesting. We're just scratching the surface of this financial powerhouse, and there's so much more to uncover. Now I know what you're thinking. The Federal Reserve? Sounds like a bank. I have a bank, I get it. But hold your horses, amigo, because the Fed isn't your typical bank. It's not the place where you go to open a checking account or apply for a mortgage. It's not where you go to deposit your paycheck or get a car loan. You won't find ATMs or friendly tellers ready to assist you with your personal banking needs. Think of it more like a bank for banks. It's the institution that other banks turn to when they need help. The Fed provides financial services to banks, like lending them money and regulating their activities. It ensures that the banking system remains stable and secure. But its real power lies in its ability to manage the nation's money supply and set interest rates. This means it can influence how much money is available in the economy and how expensive it is to borrow that money. Yeah, you heard that right. This one institution has a huge say in how much money is circulating in the economy and how much it costs to borrow that money. It can print more money or take money out of circulation. So, if you've ever wondered why interest rates go up or down, or why sometimes it feels like there's more money flowing around than usual, well, the Fed probably has something to do with it. Its decisions can impact everything from the cost of your mortgage to the interest rate on your credit card. But don't worry, we'll delve deeper into that later. There's a lot more to uncover about how the Fed operates and its role in the economy. For now, just know that the Fed is a unique beast, a hybrid of sorts. It's not entirely a government agency, nor is it a private entity. It's part government agency, overseen by a board of governors appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. These governors play a crucial role in guiding the Fed's policies and decisions, but it's also part private entity, with shares owned by member banks. This unique structure allows it to operate independently while still being accountable to the public and the banking community. This unique structure gives the Fed a degree of independence from political pressure, allowing it to make decisions based on what it thinks is best for the economy, not what's politically expedient. This independence is crucial for maintaining a stable and healthy economy, free from short-term political influences. Okay, so we know the Fed is a big deal, but who are these people calling the shots? Who are the key players making the crucial decisions that impact the entire economy? Well, at the top of the Fed's organizational chart, you'll find the Board of Governors. This is the central hub where the most significant decisions are made. This group of 7 wise men and women appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate are like the Supreme Court of the financial world. They hold immense power and responsibility shaping the economic landscape of the nation. They meet regularly to discuss the state of the economy and make decisions about monetary policy, which we'll get into later. These meetings are where the magic happens, where strategies are crafted to steer the economy. But these aren't just a bunch of stuffy economists sitting around in ivory towers. They are dynamic individuals with diverse backgrounds and expertise, bringing a wealth of knowledge to the table. They're tasked with keeping the American economy humming along, which is no easy feat. Their decisions affect everything from interest rates to employment levels, impacting the daily lives of millions of Americans. Now, the Board of Governors might be the head honchos, but they don't do it alone. They rely on a network of support to gather the necessary data and insights. They get help from the 12 regional Federal Reserve banks located across the country. These regional banks play a crucial role in the Fed's operations. These banks act like the Fed's eyes and ears on the ground, providing information about their local economies. They gather data on everything from local business conditions to consumer spending habits. Think of it like this: if the Board of Governors is the brain of the Fed, the regional banks are the nervous system, sending vital information back to headquarters. This constant flow of information ensures that the Fed has a comprehensive view of the entire economy. It's a complex system, but it's designed to ensure that the Fed is making informed decisions that benefit the entire country, not just Wall Street fat cats. By considering the needs and conditions of various regions, the Fed aims to create policies that promote overall economic stability and growth. So let's dive into the Federal Reserve's toolkit, shall we? The Fed has a variety of tools at its disposal to influence the economy. These include open market operations, the discount rate, and reserve requirements. Open market operations involve the buying and selling of government securities to regulate the money supply. The discount rate is the interest rate charged to commercial banks for short-term loans from the Federal Reserve. And lastly, reserve requirements are the portions of deposits that banks must hold in reserve and not lend out. Each tool plays a crucial role in maintaining economic stability and promoting growth. It's fascinating, really, how these mechanisms work together to steer the economy. The Federal Reserve operates independently within the government, free from political pressures. This independence allows the Fed to make decisions based solely on economic data and analysis, ensuring stability and confidence in the financial system. Every day, this autonomy helps maintain the balance and integrity of the economy, just like an Independence Day that never ends. The Federal Reserve often finds itself in the headlines, influencing markets and policy decisions. From interest rate changes to economic forecasts, the Fed's actions are closely watched by investors, policymakers, and the public. These headlines reflect the critical role the Fed plays in shaping economic conditions and guiding the nation's financial future. The decisions made by the Federal Reserve impact your wallet in many ways. Interest rates set by the Fed affect everything from mortgage rates to credit card interest, and even the value of your savings. By managing inflation and promoting employment, the Fed works to create a stable economic environment that benefits everyone. Staying informed about the Federal Reserve and its actions is essential for making savvy financial decisions. By understanding how the Fed influences the economy, you can better navigate the financial landscape and make choices that support your financial well-being. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed helps you stay ahead.